So if you don't know what an iceberg is, it's basically a list. The top of the iceberg is what everybody knows, and at the bottom is like lesser known facts. Keep in mind that icebergs also include rumors, so if I ever come across a rumor, I'll let you guys know. Here's the chart. I actually thought that I was not going to use all of this space up and that I was going to have to delete a column, but the complete opposite actually happened. So I'm sorry if I missed some stuff, like for example Fear's DLR or Deathcore. Sorry for leaving it out, I hope you don't mind, but I feel like I talk about it too much. The first two columns, I'm just gonna skip because everybody knows about it. They're things that you experience firsthand, so that's why it barely has anything. I didn't really put too much effort into that one, because it didn't really matter. So let's just get to the juicy stuff and go to the shallow waters. Right off the bat, I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. I'm gonna talk about the crossbow. It's not even on the list, but you were actually supposed to find it in a train cart instead of one of the faceless giving it to you. Yeah, already off to a great start, huh? There were updates throughout Dying Light that would allow you to headshot the hunter. It would be an instant kill if you landed it, and it would be really satisfying. It's been patched out now. It would be a come and go thing, but they stopped. You know what, I'm about to mention something else I didn't put on the list again. Way back then, people used to climb the Infamy Bridge in a very hard way, and it was going on those support beams. This is referencing Gazi's real mom. Her actual whereabouts are unknown. She's most likely dead. Or what if she's stuffed in that? Never mind. You know, there's an alternative way to descend the ladders and poles. If you hold the crouch button, Crane just slides down it. Crazy how very little people know about this. This is more of a joke one. It references the part of the quartermaster when you first talk to him, and he just jokes about finding a woman to keep you warm. Imagine if you could actually do that in the game. I will admit, this one should be further down the list, but I ran out of space by the time I thought about it, so if you have a problem about it, bite me, because there's gonna be a lot of other ones like that too. Yo, what's up? It's another subject that's not added to the list. I'm talking about deleted dialogues now, with the most memorable one being...
God, my lungs.
This one's talking about that one animation way back in like 2015 where Crane would always just use one hand to grab a ledge and then put his other hand to just pull himself up. I really do miss that one. Very little is known about Gazi's dad. I mean, you do got that Easter egg at the following where it says the world's best father, but very little is known about it. This one is talking about the wings on the fresh clothes, as you could see right there and before your eyes. But what it's really talking about is that back then, the wings weren't there. It was just all yellow. And this is one of the reasons why I wear the Brecken outfit, because it kind of brings me back to the OG fresh clothes. Except Brecken in first person. He looks like he took a bath in lotion. Insta-Tackle was a get out of jail free card for the Night Hunter. Everyone loved it, so that's why Techland decided to get rid of it. Techland kind of made like the Night Hunter's own place to live, because that same part of the map has been redesigned just for the Night Hunter, but you can get a general idea of where he lives. The punk outfit doesn't have anything to cover its face anymore, which really is a downer. Back in the E3 stages of Dying Light, the Night Hunter had a different pouncing animation that was way better than the one we already have. Everyone prefers that one than the shit we have now. Hey, guess what? I got another thing that isn't on the list. I bet you didn't see that coming. People thinking the Night Hunter would go its fastest on Mutation 2. I don't know how many of you guys will remember that being a thing. And in case you don't know which mutation is which, Mutation 2 is the one where the Night Hunter is green. Turns out this rumor was false. This is a website that Techland decided to make. Its purpose is to make Dying Light come more to life. And it's really fucking cool. I'm gonna make a separate video on this. Dude, this is a glitch that's been in the game since the fucking Stone Age. So annoying, and it happens at random. You can't do shit to the hunter. The hunter doesn't even know that he went invisible. And it drops your FPS so fucking absurdly. It's not just a PC thing, it could go to console as well. And the only way to fix it is to fucking die. Or have your teammate kill the Night Hunter. That's if you have one. And you know what? This glitch also reminds me of another one that goes way back. And it's just as annoying. If a Night Hunter invades you, or if your friend joins you while you're being invaded, there's a chance you might get the ending credits. And it'll kick you out to the main menu, and it'll reset your rank as well. Which I know rank doesn't matter, but the fact that it just kicks you out is so annoying. I was planning to make a meme video about this. It's where I was doing a speedrun and then somebody invades me and I get the credits. But it was so hard to pull off, we just gave up. So if anyone's out there, you know, looking for video ideas or something, go ahead do that. If you need me, I'll be down to do it again. You guys ever paid close attention to what Crane was wearing when he jumped out the plane? He had the dirty clothes mixed with the runner outfit. He also had the German pistol, which I don't know if it was Techland being lazy and not adding a special pistol for him, or if he had it just to blend in. Because if he had a special pistol, people would have wondered how he got in it. I don't know. You know, there's the Polish flag in Old Town, along with some other flags, but this one sticks out the most since Techland is from Poland. I have no idea why it's there, or the other ones, but yeah. I like this outfit, it looked really cool. When you used to DFA a zombie with a sharp weapon, you would actually see their bones and everything, but now you just see a line, which is pretty boring, but I guess it's more realistic. But since when did Dying Light go for realism? And you know what? Speaking of lines, if you heal someone during an invasion, there's a chance that a lot of dead pixels will go across your health bar. It can be so bad, or it can be barely noticeable. Fuck, I forgot to add another parentheses. But yeah, you got the Stadium Bozak and the Posters Bozak. And I don't know if they're both the same person, I don't think so. Because you end up killing the Poster Bozak. Back in the early days of Dying Light, there's this glitch you can do with legend levels. If you invest it right, it'll make your health leave your health bar. It wouldn't give you an advantage at all, it would just look cool. And that's about it. The Night Hunter used to only have Hoid and UV Spit. I have no explanation to why this happens. I guess they're just built different or something. There was supposed to be a blue version of the Bozak outfit, but I have no idea why they scrapped it. Imagine how cool it would have been if all your friends had a different color. This is an exploit that goes way back. You would vault and grapple a zombie at the same time, and it would be levitating around town for a long time. They ended up patching it though. There's another way to still do it. Just like Lena, Toga and Fatine had different outfits. I actually like the one they have on now. Dude, I'm so glad Techland got rid of this little bug, because it was just there, and it was so annoying. Speaking of things that are just there and annoying, you know how when you throw a firecracker or something, once the animation is done, the firecracker shows up again for like a frame or two? When I first found that out, I thought something was wrong with my save, or like my whole game, so I deleted all my data. So yes, I guess you could say I deleted all my progress because of a firecracker. And as you could probably guess, it didn't even work. There were two types of old grapple animations. You got the E3 one, which was the best of the best, no fucking doubt about it. Then you got the one in like 2015, which was also pretty cool. And then you got the one that's here now, which is just meh. Yeah, this one speaks for itself. Man, it would have been so fun. Amir was like that person you're supposed to work with, but he ended up dying for you. So, L. He also dies to some biters that are acting like virals. Oh, and this is the only cutscene where we can see Crane's shadow. And God knows why they took the longest route into that doorway. Maybe Amir could have survived if they didn't do that. Yeah, bolters run on all fours in the following. For some reason they don't do it in slums or Old Town. Plus they're a lot bigger in the following. I don't know. Probably like a different mutation or something. Shit, I added the same one twice. I guess you could replace this with Dying Light supposedly being realistic. Shit, my bad. So now if you fully drain a hunter, flames come out of him, which is a really cool addition, but back then it didn't used to be like that. It used to be less dramatic. And the indicator on where you were being shined from looked different as well. Just like every other animation, the slide had a different one too. Mostly the hand movement is what's different. And if you go to the agility skill tree, then press like the preview button on slide, not only do you see the old animation, but you also see Antoine too. You don't see Antoine just in the slide animation. You see him in other ones too, but more info about him later. Repair Slice was an exploit that would let you cancel the full slicing animation and go into another slice. It was so fast if you did it right, but Techland ended up patching it. This one's mostly directed to the PvE players. This was a really cool little feature, I don't know why they got rid of it. It says we're on the topic about health bar on the nest. There are some health bars in where the health actually stretches out the bar. It doesn't change anything, like it doesn't make it longer to kill the nest, but it's just a little bug. In my opinion, I think Dying Light would have been a lot better with this. Obviously not every single destructible roof would have had zombies. Just imagine destroying a roof and then just, I don't know, windmilling all the zombies off. Just like everything else, this goes way back. Back on PS4 I actually experienced this. But it wouldn't stay throughout your whole leveling trip. It would leave around like level 3, level 2, level 4. It wouldn't stay at all. But it was really cool. I don't know if I think it was just a PS4 thing. This is one of those animations that make people who don't really speak English well beg on their knees, wanting to know how to get the animation, even though they're on console, or they could still be on PC. But I think you guys get what I'm going for here. I don't mind that they got rid of this. Dying Light isn't at all tactical. I mean, yeah, it isn't just Gazi who has a recycled face. There's a lot of people out there in Dying Light that do. It's kind of how game development works. You gotta cut corners. But when you see Gazi telling you, find a woman to keep you warm at night, I don't know how to feel. And if you have that like chivalry outfit, not the one from Hellraid, but the other one, the one that's like blue, that one has like Gazi's face as well, but I think it has more hair. Still, it's very fucking cursed. Keyword by the way, I think. This one sounds a lot more painful. The one we have now, Crane just sounds like he's enjoying himself. Alpha Prodigy is the founder of a lot of exploits. He decides to keep most of them a secret. This is one example why. Because this one he showed it to someone, I'm not gonna say who. He could say it in the comments if he wants to. And then that one person started doing it everywhere, and then started showing other people how to do it. And then everyone thought that the other guy was the founder of it, even though he knows damn well he's not. This was one of the biggest dramas in the DL community. I'm gonna talk more about this later, when we go deeper down. Because if I talk about it now, it's not gonna make too much sense. If you think modded flares are bad, this is worse. One, because you can't see it if you're the zombie, the only way to spot it is in your minimap. Two, it lasts forever. It had such a wide range as well. I don't think it had the same cooldown as a flare, maybe it did, but holy shit was it annoying to go against. Yeah, the parkour instructor you once knew and loved, punching TVs and shit, wasn't always like that. Shroud came to Dying Light Bad Blood, and my friend Alpha Prodigy ended up killing him. He could have said anything. Anything besides GG, bruh. It's unknown what you would have done with the Antizin you collected. I don't know how to feel that this got removed. I think I would have liked it that it was here. It would have changed Dying Light a lot. I feel like now is a perfect time to talk about 2 hunters, but guess what? It's not on the list. It's mostly a cheating thing. I don't know how many hunters you can have in one lobby. The highest I've ever went was 3. When I bring this one up, I'm talking about a specific tournament. It involved B4 Reckless and Spider Games. This goes back in PS4. If I remember correctly, the person in first place got like a signed copy from B4 Reckless and Spider Games and like some money. I don't know how much, but I think it was a lot, somewhere in the triple digits. And then second place also got some money. I don't know what they got, I think it was just money. Third place just got like a shout out. There's been other tournaments as well, but I feel like this one deserves to be talked about more, because of the whole money and stuff. This is the exploit that a lot of Apex Predators know about, but they still call you a cheater, and then enable their own hacks. This dude's been here longer than you were born. Ochito was basically a man-child that came from Dead by Daylight to Dying Light Bad Blood. I killed him like 3 times. I uploaded it and everybody loved it. This really sucks. We lost one of the oldest Dying Light channels. He came back, but all of the videos he uploaded, I lost in memory. He uploaded a lot of good stuff, and it's just history that disappeared now. Man, I don't know where to start with this. Like, it was supposed to be a whole different game. Poor Colossal Kiwi, he was looking so forward to it, man. Just for it to become a dumpster fire. Yeah, they're gonna try to fix it and all that, but still, it could have been way better. It had potential, man. But why do I sound so surprised? This isn't the first time Techland has done something like this. Aha, I bet you weren't expecting another subject that wasn't listed this far in the video. Did you know that if you disable slow motion, aka that little slow-mo that happens when you slice the hunter or claw the human, it makes it really unfair for the other person because you move very fast and their game can't keep up with yours. One way to tell if somebody has slow motion, when they're supposed to have slow motion, they do more damage than usual and they're a lot faster and erratic. Basically, they just look very unusual. Try not to confuse it with lag. Aha! I bet you weren't expecting another one after that last one. Is it me, or does the guy in that distress message in the fan zone sound just like Brecken? I don't know if it's the same voice actor, or I'm just tripping, but I think it might be the same person. Oh, did I hear somebody say 3 in a row? Because I remember back when this glitch was discovered, everybody would fight up here. Everybody loved the flatness and stuff. It was such a chill place to fight. Boom! 4, count it! 4! Alright, I'm just gonna stop this train because it's not even funny anymore. I was gonna talk about clans. Just like the other dropkick animation. This one's a rumor, but it sure as hell doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's only one buggy, but you gotta think about it deeper, you know? If they would have one, don't you think they can make another? There's so many parts everywhere in like the components. And you think it would have better protection too. I mean, I guess it's for the flow of the game. Imagine how annoying it would have been if you kept getting your buggy stolen. But then you can make it like there's areas with allies that would protect your buggy. Bad Batch of Antizin was another way of calling it hyper mode. Back when it like first came out, that's what it was called. But the difference was that it worked on PvP, so everybody loved it, and Techland just never brought it back. Instead, they keep bringing back this bootleg version where it just works on PvE zombies. Look, I know I said I was gonna stop saying things that weren't listed, but how the fuck did I forget about eggnog? That's a rhetorical question, don't answer that. Basically, if you don't know what eggnog is, it's a potion that makes you nearly invincible. You go super fast, and the Night Hunter's Claw does little to nothing. You're not supposed to have it anymore, because the way you craft it is straight up impossible right now without an event. So if you see someone with it, it's straight up duplicated. I like that they got rid of this, because now you can have more speed as a hunter. Okay, now is the perfect opportunity to talk about a question I've had for the longest time. When both you and the hunter had the video playing at the same time for each other, and if like the hunter cancels it for example, and he tries to get to the human, he won't get there fast enough. The other guy would be able to finish his video just in time, even though it's like 50 hours long. Or maybe you could make it in time, but I was just very slow. I don't know, maybe one time I got someone who was watching the video and I just don't remember it. I don't mind that they got rid of it, but it would be cool if you could set it as an option for new players. And before the video was even a thing, you just had like a screenshot, and in that screenshot you had Antoine. How, dude? Like, I get it, it makes sense if the buggy was at level 0, but once it's maxed out, how does he get his fat ass in there? I'm not talking about PvE players. I mean, yeah, they also jumped as well, but PvP players would jump to other ones just to fight other people, and most of the time they would get their ass whooped. Dude, the guy who does bring him his buggy, like, well, he's a trooper, man. He can bring it from anywhere. I just imagine Crane's voice over a radio, asking and begging for someone to save his buggy and to bring it to him. The outfits in the game that haven't been released at all, and the only way to get them is through modding. They have an outfit going from like the pandemic all the way to Dying Light Bad Blood, and everywhere in between. If you don't know who Satan is a modder just as bad as Waka, except he didn't stay as long as Waka, and he didn't do much as Waka. Alright, so if you guys are PC players, most likely you know who Waka is. If you're on console, then there's a high chance you don't know. I'm gonna keep it straight and simple. He's the main reason why Dying Light is so fucked. He released the dev menu and everything. And the thing is, if you download it, depending on how you download it, right? If it's like through the EXE, I think, you give them access to your computer. Now, yes, it sounds really bad. Take this with a grain of salt, but Waka doesn't do anything with your information. Rumor has it he just does it to get more experience in that type of field, you know? Reckless is such a controversial person to talk about, but I said I was going to tell you guys about the Best Gamer Ali drama with Spider Games when we got to him, and here we are. One of the biggest things he's done, he was behind that whole drama, and he's done a lot of other stuff too. He's not a hacker like Waka. Dr. Purrington was one of the first ever people to upload Beta Zombie matches. I really enjoyed his commentary, but he ended up stopping. He was actually featured in Techland's Hunt by Night community video. This is just a little fact I decided to throw in. Antoine was one of the characters he was supposed to play as. He sticks out the most because he looked like he had so much potential and great character development. People missed him so much that when a certain group found out how to make custom outfits, one of the first outfits they went for was Antoine. We all really miss him. He was in the game when wall running was a thing, and like the special takedown where you could rip out a zombie's heart. He still lurks around in Dying Light, but not in the way you expect. Savvy's model is actually Antoine. And you can still hear some survivors yell for help in French, I think. I don't know what language it really is, but I think that French might be Antoine. Ken isn't really talked about as much as Antoine, but he was first of the first characters you were supposed to play as. This one is actually true. Well, it's not 100% because it says that he had access to it, but in reality, he almost did. He was getting around Techland and stuff until someone, I'm not gonna say who it is, told Techland not to trust him. This one is a rumor, but it has to be the scariest one because of how much of a coincidence it is. If you look at Dying Light 2's combat, you can see the parrying system from Bad Blood. I don't know if there's other features, I probably missed them, I just didn't think about them, because the parrying one is what sticks out the most. It's just like it. And the thing is, this rumor came out way before Dying Light 2 gameplay. If Dying Light 2 has Bad Blood PvP, we are so utterly fucked. Alright guys, that was the end of the iceberg. I hope I covered a lot of important stuff that not a lot of people know about, but I feel like I've also missed a lot. So if I did, leave a comment about what I missed and what it was and stuff, because I want to cover it as much as possible, you know? Probably ain't gonna happen, but it was worth a try.